What's up, everybody? This is that Go React TV, man. I'm about to get into this video. 10 biggest feuds in YouTube history. What could they be feuded about? I don't know. Let's check it out and see, man. 10 biggest feuds in YouTube history. Hey, you already know what to do. Getting that subscribe. Hit that subscribe. Damn, I'm all messed up today. Hit that notification bell, subscribe, and get me in the comments, man. You already know what to do. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
Income while at it. With a platform as wide and inclusive as YouTube, you'd often have people who disagree with what you have to say. This isn't any different for our favorite YouTubers. So join us as we take you on a journey of the 10 biggest feuds in YouTube history. 10. ALISSA Violet and Tessa Brooks. We're starting our list with ALISSA versus TESSA.
Friends.
Why? Because for starters, this came as a shock to everyone, especially considering how close the two were. Secondly, every once in a while you hear of two supposed best friends fighting, and you instantly want them to squash the beef, until you realize the fight is over a boy. Then you're like, whatever. No, just us. Okay. ALISSA and TESSA were both members of the Team 10 house. Well, at least before the fallout with Jake Paul. Once JP and ALISSA fell off,
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
we gather that ALISSA thought her Team 10 BFF would side with her and alienate JP, but that didn't happen. If anything, Tessa's social media post showed that not only was she still friends with JP, but their friendship might be closer towards the more than friends part of the spectrum. This was surprising to a lot of fans, especially those of us here for girl power. ALISSA felt betrayed and took to social media, using a picture to depict how Tessa has been erased from her life. Tessa spoke up eventually, using, you guessed it, social media. When will they ever learn? Releasing a diss track with Team 10, called It's Everyday, Bro. Tessa's rap in the video/song further hints at just how close she still is with Jake Paul, at least close enough to smell his cologne. We hate to see people who can be winning collectively squabbling over a guy, especially if the guy is Jake Paul, but then again, what do we know? 9. Jake Paul and ALISSA Violet. Remember when we were all shipping Jalissa and liking all their adorable Instagram posts, plus buying their name merchandise, and of course wishing for a relationship as perfect as theirs? Yeah, we'd like to redo those moments, because the Jalissa relationship we all loved turned out to be a relationship we wish never happened. Jake Paul and ALISSA Violet were one of the cutest couples we'd ever come across. Talk about a hot couple, and each also successful in their own right. The next thing we knew, Jake was kicking ALISSA out of the Team 10 house. How rude was that? Which had us all wondering what really happened. Jake spoke up on how ALISSA cheated on him, but ALISSA was not having any of that smear on her name. She took to Twitter and mentioned that she simply gave Jake a taste of his own medicine, and so the plot thickened. ALISSA claimed that Jalissa was never a real thing, and Jake was simply milking her feelings for him as a means to secure the bag. She said that Jake constantly ridiculed her, claiming that her success was tied to him, and he was hooking up with other girls to her face. A while later in a vlog, ALISSA spoke out about how much she loved Jake, and how living with Jake in the Team 10 house was an ordeal she never wanted to go through again. Claims that Jake was an authoritarian who imposed strict rules on Team 10 members came to the surface, and frankly, while ALISSA shared a room with him, he only ever slept there when he wasn't sleeping around with other girls. ALISSA got tired and decided to fight fire with fire by hooking up with another guy. This is apparently what sent Jake over the edge, and he kicked her out. Quick advice, if you can't stand the heat, you might want to leave the kitchen. 8. Matthew Santoro and Nicole ARBOUR. Coming in at number 8 is the not-so-nice beef between exes. Why can't exes split peacefully?
Man.
We're friends with most of our exes. At least that's what we tell ourselves whenever someone asks. Back in 2016, popular YouTuber Matthew Santoro spoke about the emotional and physical abuse he endured in a relationship he just recently left. Before we delve into the abuser, Santoro said that he accidentally shared the video. While we aren't one to judge, we just have to wonder, how does one accidentally share a video on YouTube, especially given how long some videos take before they upload? That aside, in the video, Santoro gave a detailed account of the relationship and all the abuse he endured, until the moment when he realized that enough was enough. Throughout the video, Santoro never mentioned the ex, but some people connected the dots, and it also didn't help that Nicole ARBOUR responded to the allegations. She denied the existence of any form of abuse during the relationship and went on to state that the split with her and Santoro started amicably, but it turned sour. She hinted that the video Santoro released was out of spite, due to the success of her videos, especially her fat-shaming video. Nicole further explained that her success turned Matthew's feelings into hate, hence the lies that he was spreading. Both parties haven't commented on their issues since then, but we sure hope they found a way to settle it. 7. Jeffree Star and Kat Von D. We vaguely have an image of Kat Von D's TV show, along with her YouTube fame, and low-key always wanted a tattoo from her. Plus, many of our younger selves wanted to be her. There was also the fact that she was BFFs with Jeffree Star. We love to see friends killing it together, but that friendship turned sour at one point. In 2016, completely out of the blue, Kat took to social media and said that her friendship with the beauty mogul was done and dusted. Why? Initially, she didn't say, but in her post she mentioned how she got tired of keeping her mouth shut against his inappropriate behaviors. She also apologized, given that a lot of people knew about Star through his association with her, but refused to associate with him or his brand anymore. This was high, because Star apparently did not pay her artist friend for work he did on Star's makeup line. Kat went on a rant on how she doesn't care about the actions people take, or how they feel about her in the vlog, but she just had to speak on the injustice Star constantly did. Star denied the beef and allegations, that he didn't pay for his makeup line art. Instead, he goes on to speak about his love for Kat, and how it hurt him to see his best friend of 10 years attack him online. There's probably more to the story, but since nobody has said anything, we're all left with our theories. 6. James Charles and Tati Westbrook. In the world that is YouTube and social media, the social media circle always seems to know each other, at least if you're famous enough. Which is why it was not really a surprise that Tati Westbrook and fellow sister James Charles were friends. Both are involved in the beauty industry, and are killing it, might we add, but we sure are sad to see that their friendship ended. Care to know why? At a point, James took to Instagram to promote vitamins by Sugar Bear. Now, why is this a big deal? Mainly because his close friend Tati Westbrook has a vitamin company that is a clear rival to Sugar Bear, so fans and Tati felt betrayed by James. In a video, although Tati never mentioned James's name, we all put 2 and 2 together. Westbrook then followed up with another video, where she explicitly voices out her issues with James, and why she cut ties with him. James Charles responded by apologizing and claiming that it was an oversight, and his action was not carried out to intentionally hurt his friend. In this kind of situation, fans always stand for loyalty, and people speculated that his disloyal behavior was the reason why James was losing his fan base. 5. Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Would it be wrong to label Jake Paul as problematic? Okay, maybe he isn't problematic, but he sure does happen to be in a lot of social media beef.
Here's the poll.
2020 has been the year of the unthinkable. So Wells Fargo is using some of our locations as drive-up food banks to help provide 50 million meals. The unthinkable has happened. Now it's time to rethink how to make a difference. Wells Fargo.
He makes our list for his antics, not with a girl this time, but with his brother. Their beef can be summed up as a sibling spat turned savage. For a large part of 2017, the YouTube stars and blood brothers took turns playing pranks at each other. This shouldn't be a big deal, considering that it's how they got their start, but at a point, things seemed to cross a line. This was when Jake got a billboard on Melrose and posted his brother's picture on it, with exaggerated features, while wearing Jake's merchandise. Logan didn't take too kindly to that, and retaliated in one of the most low-down ways we could think of. Logan released a diss track against his brother. Crazy, right? But hold on, it gets crazier, because Logan features Jake's ex, ALISSA, and goes as far as kissing her, or pretending to anyway. Siblings will always have issues, but it's one of those things that shouldn't become problematic. After all, we fight with our siblings all the time. Maybe we would go as far as these brothers go if we had the kind of money they do. Who knows? 4. Jake Paul and FAZE Banks. At this point you have to wonder how exactly Jake makes his money if he's always in one social media drama or another. The drama this time involves him and FAZE Banks, who just happens to be Alyssa Violet's new boyfriend. The rate at which Alyssa gets dragged into Jake's beef is starting to make us think he might not be as over her as he thinks. The story is that FAZE was spotted by the Team 10's assistant Meg, kissing a girl that was not Alyssa at an LA club. Upon Meg's return from the bathroom, she was allegedly clotheslined by the YouTuber, then dragged to his section of the club, where he tried to kiss her. Banks did not take the allegations lightly, and came back with his side of the story. Banks stated that Team 10 reached out to him before posting the video, on how they believe the thing was an accident. Banks further said that this was all an attempt to damage his career, and cause him to split with Alyssa. He was so upset and decided to sue Team 10 for defamation. Jake eventually redacted his statements and issued an apology, stating that he went about the whole issue in a wrong manner and portrayed the wrong idea to the public. While the YouTubers have decided to deal with their issues off camera from now on, in our eyes, Jake just seems to like being in the limelight. 3. RICEGUM and KSI. There are numerous things that we...
KSI. RICEGUM.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good...
we can say about RICEGUM and KSI, but one thing we never thought we would have to say is that they had beef. RICEGUM recently called out KSI on the petty nature of his behavior after his fight with Logan Paul. RICEGUM stated that KSI supposedly got offended and unfollowed him on social media, even going as far as to take down the track they made together, simply because he was at the fight. The issue is that KSI did not invite RICEGUM, and Logan Paul did, making KSI feel that his friend was supporting Logan Paul. RICEGUM said he accepted the invite because KSI didn't invite him, and he didn't want to bug him, but he was still supporting him all the way. In true KSI fashion, he clapped back rather quickly. KSI mentioned the irony of RICEGUM calling him petty when he literally complained because he didn't get a ticket from KSI. To take the pettiness up a notch, KSI addressed RICEGUM's words that he had better tracks than KSI. This went down in a 10-for-10 battle between both artists' top songs. The result had us lowering our heads in shame for RICEGUM. In our eyes, this whole issue seems unnecessary, so we hope they clear the air soon enough. There's more than enough room for everyone to win. 2. H3H3 and KEEMSTAR. H3H3 and KEEMSTAR have never been the best of buddies, but it seems that in recent times their beef has reached its limits. The genesis of their issues seems unclear, but we gather that sometimes people just don't like each other. It really can be that simple. In a recent video, the YouTube star Ethan H3H3 Klein spoke up on numerous allegations placed against Daniel KEEMSTAR Keem, including his terrible behavior towards streamer RS Glory and Gold, and late YouTuber Desmond Etika Omofa. H3H3 in his video alleged that Keem's treatment of Etika had a part to play in his demise. Keem responded by denying the allegations, and also providing receipts that absolve him of any guilt. The battle doesn't end there, as H3H3 released another video, criticizing KEEMSTAR for his actions against YouTuber Bashir, and pretending to be a victim. Keem released his own video in response to that, and honestly, we have a feeling the battle isn't ending anytime soon. 1. Jeffree Star and Manny MUA Gutierrez. Star and Manny were the beauty guru BFFs we love to see. They were always featured on each other's channels, and even went head-to-head and made a makeup line together. But for some reason, the friendship fizzled out. While neither party has spoken as to why their friendship fell apart, things took a turn for the ugly when a friend of Manny's, Gabriel Zamora, posted a picture of himself, Manny, and some other bloggers, with the caption alluding to Jeffree hating that they were doing better without him. Manny apologized in a later post, wishing he could change things and remain friends with Jeffree. As sweet as the apology video was, Star clearly wanted no part in it, as he tweeted a fan reaction to Manny's apology video. Before you ask, no, it wasn't a nice response to the video. It's safe to say that both parties are not going to be reconciling anytime soon. Being famous has its perks, and being YouTube famous comes with lots of goodies, but with all things there might be some negatives. In this case, the negatives come in the form of BFFs, and even exes, going at it on social media, maybe for higher view rates, or simply because the relationship turns sour. Either way, we hope all involved sort their issues out, and we all live as one big happy YouTube family. Then again, that only happens in movies. Until next time, guys, don't forget to click on the like this video and smash the subscribe button.
Hey, like I said, stay fly, stay focused, and stay sucker free. We out this shit.